What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Yes, I have a sock around my neck. It is a very interesting story. Before people even start asking questions, I'm gonna just play a little clip, and I explained pretty much everything that's been happening these past few days. So, yeah. If you're wondering, yes, I have a sock filled with rice on my neck. I just wanted to update you with the way this past week has been going. It's been a long week, but before I get into it, my name's Kyle, aka Prince Kyle, don't forget it, and I have an Instagram as well as a TikTok where I share my female to male transition as well as give tips to anybody that wants to hear about it. This week has been kind of long and weird. My girlfriend and her son just recently got over COVID. Somehow it skipped over me. I don't know. So I've been taking care of them last week and also trying to avoid getting it. But again, it skipped over me. And then weirdly, I don't know why, but I have had the worst stiff neck that I've ever had in my entire life. And I don't know why I got it. I'm assuming maybe I slept wrong. I don't know. If any of you guys have any tips and tricks on how to get rid of this, I'm not really sure what happened. I'm just assuming I slept wrong. My life is a mess when it comes to my health. I'm a very, very healthy man, but I just always have random things that happen, and there's never any answer to why they're happening. And they only last a few days, and then I'm fine again, so I don't really know. Now that we got that out of the way, let's just hop right into today's video. So I wanted to talk about how social media contributed to my body dysphoria and body dysmorphia. So for anyone that doesn't know what body dysphoria or dysmorphia is, body dysphoria is seen in a lot of transgender people where they pretty much, obviously, we don't align with the body that is given to us at birth. For most of us, we feel that way. Not everybody has dysphoria, but for some like me, we don't like associating with certain body parts that we have, and we want them modified or changed, which would be top surgery and bottom surgery. As for body dysmorphia, that kind of gradually came on as I started transitioning. And body dysmorphia is pretty much when you view yourself differently than what you actually are. So for example, some people who may be very skinny will look in the mirror and see themselves as being very, very overweight. And I have struggled with that for the past probably 4 or 5 years. And it kind of started as I started transitioning and started wanting to see myself a lot different than what it is. So before I started transitioning, I really didn't have body dysmorphia. I didn't even know what it was until a few years ago. It didn't really start until I got into fitness. And before transitioning, I did have body dysphoria because obviously I wanted to be seen as male, and with that came body parts that I obviously did not have. So the body dysphoria, I've had that since before transitioning, but body dysmorphia, I was very content with the way I looked. I'd look in the mirror and I just looked like an athletic female. I had no issues with the build that I had at that point in time in my life. I started calisthenics, and I started like training in the gym in 2016 probably. I started getting really into it. I was very happy in the beginning because I was gaining new muscles and seeing muscles in spots I didn't really normally see because I had just started transitioning. So I was starting to get muscles in a way that cisgender men get muscles. So the first couple of months were great. I was loving it. I was getting the beginner gains, and it was just a cool experience. But then as I started to get more and more into calisthenics, I started researching and going on YouTube and just finding a bunch of inspirational fitness people. So the people that I was inspired by was David Lade. If you know him, then you know him. He's a very, very well-known bodybuilder, physique expert. I don't even know what to call him, but he's a great guy. He's part of Gymshark. Another person that I would follow was Chris Heria, which is a calisthenics fitness person. And I started watching those guys heavily, like every single day. When I was not in college or when I was like not busy, I'd be home on my laptop just binge watching YouTube videos of them and just like beginning to really love their appearance and wanting to look exactly like them. And I didn't see it as an issue. I just knew that they were inspiring me and they made me want to go to the gym more and more, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't realize how damaging it was becoming until pretty much right now. The issue that I think I had with this is because I was being inspired by cisgender men. Not saying that us as trans men cannot get or maintain the physique of a cisgender man, but with some of the genetics that I have, I probably will never achieve that exact physique, if that makes sense. So I was setting myself up for failure by wanting to look exactly like these people. And it wasn't until recently that I learned that certain genetics can make someone not be able to achieve certain things. So for me, I have wider hips. And there are certain things that I can do to make my hips slimmer, but at the end of the day, the way my genetics are and the way my build is, I can only do but so much. I will never get a David Lade I will never get a David Lade physique that he's got going for him. I'll never have that super slim triangle waistline because genetically, the way my hips are placed, it's just not gonna happen. I can't change my bone structure. And over the years, I didn't realize that genetics could play a huge part. So I was pretty much just working out so intensely with the vision that I was gonna look just like David Lade or Chris Heria. And the reality of it is I could do so much and I will only get so far. And it became dangerous because I started messing with my diet. I started working out excessively in unhealthy ways, and it just wasn't good for me. But it was because I didn't realize that if you have certain genetics, then you got those certain genetics, and you can never look exactly like someone else. I get a lot of trans people who reach out to me and say that I inspire them and that they want to look just like me. They want my physique and this, that, and the third, and I love that and I appreciate it, but that can be very dangerous. And I notice in the trans community, there are a lot of bodybuilders, which is great. I love that for them. But it also puts a lot of pressure on the other percent of transgender people who also want to get a similar physique, but they're trying to look exactly like these people, myself included, and it's just not humanly possible. Nobody can look exactly like someone else. By thinking that you can, you are putting yourself in a dangerous position for body dysmorphia and other issues with like eating disorders, like overworking out. So over time, I just started losing motivation to work out. I started losing motivation to like eat really well. It's gotten to the point where I went from being a high school athlete who never really worried about body dysmorphia. The things that I noticed that I started doing was weighing myself every single day to see what the numbers were, what I could do to change the numbers, and always looking in the mirror. And I keep meaning to, it's right there, I keep meaning to get rid of the mirror because it's really not healthy for myself or other people who have body dysmorphia issues, because I find myself looking in the mirror all the time, just putting myself down and hating what I see. And it's crazy because as a transgender influencer, I do have a lot of people tell me that like I look great and like you look so muscular and I wish I looked like you, la la la. And it's like I'm not seeing what they're seeing. And it's a very scary thing when you have, honestly, realistically, thousands of people tell you every day that you look like this amazing person, but I don't see that in myself. It's a very scary feeling, because I'm like, what are you guys seeing that I'm not? How come I can't be confident in myself the way strangers are being confident for me. Like, something's gotta give. I have been able to stop trying to compare myself to other people, because that's pretty much the bulk of why I have body dysmorphia. As for eating, I have been doing a lot better. One of the issues that I have had is where I'll binge eat, and then when I feel like I overdid it, I'll discipline myself and I'll pretty much starve myself, which is very, very unhealthy. And I'm starting to get that under control, realizing that, okay, you can treat yourself to food. It's not the end of the world. Like, you're still young, you still have a pretty rapid metabolism, and you're gonna be okay. So you don't have to starve yourself of food just because you had a couple bad days. That's pretty much where I'm at. I want to talk about it because, again, I get a lot of people, a lot of trans people specifically, tell me that I look great and they want to look just like me, and they can't wait to start testosterone to look just like me. And it's just very dangerous to think that way. And I don't want to be the reason somebody develops this kind of issue that I am currently going through. I guess what I want to say to you is love yourself regardless of what you may want to change in the future. Love yourself regardless. If you do plan on changing something in the future, whether it be your weight or a specific body part, whatever, love yourself through the journey. Don't put yourself down. If somebody is telling you you're beautiful or you look muscular, whatever, don't think otherwise. They're telling you that for a reason. And it's crazy how our brains can play tricks on us, because somebody could be telling us one thing and our brain is like, nope, that's not true. You need to hate yourself right now. And that's not a good way to live your life. And transitioning overall is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's unfortunate that sometimes the dysmorphia or the dysphoria can get to us to where we're blinded and not really seeing our beautiful transition. Like, I've come such a long way, and when I look at pictures of me before I transitioned to now, like, I've come a long way, and I am beautiful. I was beautiful then, and I'm beautiful now. And it's amazing to see my body change in ways that I didn't even know it could change. But I was stuck just picking myself apart, wondering, oh, like, this could be better, this could look better, I need to do this so this will be better. And I want you guys all to know that you are beautiful, and no matter what you may be going through or feeling about your body and your insecurities, just know that there are so many people out there that love them just as much as you should. I'm gonna end this video right here. I hope you enjoyed it. Still on the road to 20K. And if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help the channel grow. I have a lot more content coming, and please pray for my neck. Like, this hurts so bad. I'm sorry that I had to literally hold this around my neck the whole time. Yeah, I really want this issue to get better. I just went to the doctor today and they told me to take muscle relaxers, so we're gonna give that a try. Gonna keep taking ibuprofen, and hopefully this sore neck kind of goes away over the weekend. Love you guys. See you guys in the next video. Been so long for the niggas so cheap, being flex so deep, sex so deep. You got it, girl, you got it. You got it, girl, you got it. Yeah, pretty little